Do you know how long it has been since I got a foundation that matches me exactly? It's been a long time, a long time. I have been on a no foundation buy for months now. I just haven't felt the need to buy or try or review any kind of foundation. And I think it was a combination of Audra at Home's live first try on of this foundation, and also just, cabin fever and boredom and many things that have led to me finally making the purchase of this foundation. I didn't get it on sale. I didn't get it through a quad pay system. I just bought it. I did get a few dollars off through the Honey coin code thing, which was, nice. I did go into a Sephora in a mall in New York City for the first time in months, like about a week ago, and my brain basically exploded. Like, I was just like, oh my God, everything I watch on YouTube is right here in front of my face. I can see it. I can see the size of it. I can see the shades. Not only am I doing a first impression of this foundation, but I'm also going to be doing a first impression of the Natasha Denona mini Glam palette. That also just came in the mail as well. And I have to tell you, I did a really lackluster wig review earlier today, and this is really cheering me up a lot. I feel like I feel like all has been saved. So let's get on with it. So first, let's just get into this beautiful luxe matte finish box packaging. Just get into that. Let's just behold the wonder of Mother Pat's amazing packaging. I feel like it's like Darth Vader coming up out of his ship. I mean that in all the most complimentary ways. And this is it. So the shade that I was matched at is medium deep 23. And I will just say that in the store at Sephora, I put like a dab of this. Everything's changed at Sephora now. Nobody's dipping their fingers and stuff. They have to sanitize palettes for you if you want to swatch them. You have like the little Q-tips that you can use to test out foundations, which is what I did with this. When I dabbed it on my cheek, one, it disappeared like nothing happened, and two, it is just so light and airy. So I'm looking forward to this, to say the least. This is the bottle. I mean, not like you haven't been watching this the whole time that I've been talking, but this is beautiful. I gotta say, if you're paying luxury prices, this is delivering on your coin right here. I mean, this is gorgeous. So it's a pump, and the glass is a nice, heavy, thick, frosted glass. So I am going to pump this on the back of my hand. Not gonna do anything super fancy. I'm just gonna pump it right here. Ooh, oh, wow. That is a lot looser than I expected. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with this, and I'm gonna use a brush to start with. This is so light. I did not even prime my face, people. Did not prime. I'm just too excited. So that is a very nice shade match, first of all. And I didn't read about it to see what kind of coverage it is. This feels like light coverage to me. So I'm just gonna go in with a little more, which I don't mind. I like the idea of being able to build this up. Oh, wow. Wow. So here on my camera phone, front facing camera, it's looking very lovely. I'm just gonna check it in my mirror. I'm looking in my mirror and it just looks like I'm not wearing anything. It just looks like my skin. It doesn't look like anything except my skin is even toned. I also love that it has a nice sheen to it. I don't see the lie. It is Sublime. It is perfecting. Okay, so let's do the other side. I'm really still shocked at how like runny this is. I guess I don't even watch foundation reviews anymore, otherwise I would probably know that. Yeah, so it's super light, both in consistency and on my skin. And it just feels like nothing and looks like nothing. It's so weird. Like I keep doing this expecting to feel something on my face and see something, but all I see is just my skin, as if this is what my skin really looks like. I'm gonna go in a little bit more. I'm just gonna put a little bit more, a little bit more. Because I feel like, I mean, how much is too much with this? Can you do too much with this? It feels very light and liquidy. It does not feel thick at all. It just feels like you could build this up for a minute before it started to feel like you had anything on your face. Okay, I'm gonna go into my forehead a little bit as well, even though I don't put foundation on my forehead as much anymore, just to get the full effect of this. After being on a no foundation buy for as long as I have, you don't want to come back in with a foundation that might be okay. I mean, I have looked at reviews for the Huda Beauty foundation stick. I seriously considered getting that. I don't doubt that that is also a good foundation, but me and Pat have a longer history. So here we are, Sublime Fetish Perfected Skin indeed. I don't really know what else to say about this, except I'm gonna go off camera, do my brows, and come back so we can get into this Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette. I will be right back. So the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette is a smaller version of her large full-size glam palette, which came out this year, really only a few months ago. And I'm not a huge fan of cool tone palettes, but I did want to get a little sort of like taste of what the glam palette was like. And I feel like her mini palettes are such a wonderful option for just getting sort of like a taste of the larger palettes that they're often inspired by. This palette is my 5th Natasha Denona mini palette. I love these palettes so much. I love their packaging. I love how she curates them, you know, because it's 5 shades that come from a larger palette. I forget how many are in those larger palettes. And to be able to sort of take the 5 shades from each of the larger palettes that give the consumer the best sense of what the larger one is like, I think is just kind of genius. So this one is Golden Flesh. Woohoo, Golden Flesh. This is Harlow. I love the name Harlow. I think this is Anjo. I can't really see in the dark, but my God, that color is so beautiful. I love that. Yeah, I think this is called Anjo. This one is called Seed. It's a very light color that's blending into my skin, which is a little bit why I did not get the large palette. And this one is called Faye. Ooh, that's pretty too. Oh, I like these. I do like this color story though. I do like it. I'm gonna take Seed and I'm gonna use this as my transition shade. And even though this shade does not really show up on my skin, I can actually see it. And it's laying down really nicely. So I'm gonna take this shade right here with my Refer brush and start to pat that on the outer third of my eyelid. Because while this shows up, it's not going to be like the central part of my eye look. But it is really pretty. It is really pretty. I hope you can see that. There we go. I'm gonna do this dark color and I'm just gonna start to place that on my outer third right here, on the outer third of my eyelid, just to give this some depth. I'm just gonna go in lightly at first. I don't want it super dark. I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit into my crease as well. I mean, this is already looking very glam. Okay, so for the center of my lid, I'm going back and forth between these two shades here. And I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. This is Golden Flesh. I know it's literally getting darker as I'm filming this because, you know, daylight savings time, but hopefully you can see this and my lighting is sufficient enough for you to see how these shades are laying down. Oh man, it is so nice. So I'm actually gonna take Anjo, this color right here that I started with on my outer third, and just bring it a little further up in here. See if it can darken it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm back and I fear that it is so dark now that my light is like so bright that it's really kind of washing out the detail of my face, but I just wanted to show you how I'm finishing off my lower lid look with the palette. And I'm just gonna take this dark color right here and run that under my lower lid. I'm also gonna take this shade here, Anjo, and run that under my lid as well. And just connect it with the rest of this eye look. So now I'm gonna go off camera, do my eyeliner and mascara, and then come back with my final thoughts about this foundation and eyeshadow palette. Okay, so here I am with my completed look, and I'm gonna just really be brief about this. The Mcgrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation is exactly that. It is not a foundation that is like the beat face kind of foundation that you feel, that's heavy, that's, you know, thick, that you can feel in your pores. It's so light and it's so skin-like, and it's not described as matte, it's not described as hydrating, but it just gives this very natural skin-like finish. And it really just gets out of its own way, if that makes any sense. It is a foundation that is about what you're going to put on next. It's not the kind of foundation that is going to, on first layer, get rid of all your imperfections. But it is buildable, and I do love that because you can build it up and it does cover your imperfections. But again, it doesn't just do that. It just makes your skin look better. It just makes your skin look like it's skin, but better. And then you just move on. It's very much like Pat McGrath to me to create a formulation like this, because I really feel that as a makeup artist, she sees the skin as a canvas. And this is just like a glowy, dewy natural skin-like foundation that you can barely even feel on your skin. You know, like I had to put more on just to see how far I could go, and I still don't feel like there's anything on my skin. I feel like it just looks like my skin. And this eyeshadow palette, I love this. I am so glad that I got the mini Glam palette and not the full-sized palette, because this is really all that I would use in the palette. I think it's another really brilliantly understated color story from Natasha Denona that it really is evocative of glam. And it's surprising again to me because I know myself, I'm not a cool tone shade fan, but this is a cool toned palette for me. If you're not into cool tones and you just want to sort of sample a really good cool tone palette, this is a fantastic option. Okay, so that is my review of the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation and Natasha Denona's Mini Glam Palette. I hope you enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see you in my next video soon. Bye.